everyone, and welcome back to the Bell Runners Podcast. Colin Daly, Benjamin Goldstein here for another episode with the Rally Towels down. It's the final podcast of the 2025 MLB season
for the Phillies.
But they lost. The league is broken. Allegations are being thrown around. The future of baseball is uncertain. And the Phillies are at home watching it all unfold from their couches, Ben. This is a sad time.
Yeah, it still doesn't feel great. A week and a half removed. I still see the Orion Kirkring misthrow video constantly, and it still hurts every time. And at least the Eagles got the win on Sunday, so somebody was able to get a win. But it's still hurting, Colin. Still hurting.
Yeah, it is for sure. I mean, it was a really unorthodox way to end the Phillies season. I don't think I've seen that one happen in baseball before. I mean, and the one thing we haven't talked about a lot is the fact that the other run came in from a game tying walk.
It's a Juan Duran walk. He's never walked the bases loaded.
A walk and an error.
Brutal.
It's just, it's a terrible way to end your season. And then, we'll talk about this a little bit more. Well, really right now is then you go into the Dodgers go into the NLCS and just knock around the Brewers like it's nobody's business. The Brewers, who were the hottest team in baseball by a mile going into that series. If you're watching that as a Phillies player, a Phillies coach, even as a Phillies fan, how does that feel seeing just that, thinking about how the Phillies could have just zoomed right on past Milwaukee had they advanced?
I mean, it hurts, but I don't know, because you look at the Phillies and they're drastically different than the Dodgers. The Dodgers did a thing this year where they kind of tanked the regular season and turned it on the playoffs. Phillies do the opposite, where they have a great regular season and then the lights go off when the lights become the brightest. And I don't know, if you beat the Dodgers, I guess you're going to go beat the Brewers because then you have something different going for you, because past years, the last two postseasons, Phillies weren't able to get past the first round. I guess if you are able to take down the Dodgers, you're feeling good and playing really good baseball. So I'm not sure how you feel, because you feel like there could have been a missed opportunity, but the opportunity was there. The Dodgers played a much better series against the Brewers than they did the Phillies.
Yeah, you're right. And you hit the nail on the head. Missed opportunity. However, they had the chances. I mean, the Dodgers made mistakes in that series. And when you really look back at it, the Phillies dominated in game 3. That's indisputable. But the other 3 games the Phillies lost, they were in all of them. They had a chance in all of them. 2 of them, they were winning the majority of the game and couldn't pull through. I mean, the Phillies were 2 or 3. If you really think back on it, Phillies were the outcome of 2 at-bats away from winning that series in 4 games. It was Strahm against Teoscar Hernandez and Juan Duran walking the bases loaded. Had the outcome of those 2 at-bats been different, Phillies would have won game 1, they would have won game 3, they would have won game 4, and we'd probably be headed to the World Series right now. We'd be going to the NLCS.
We'd be in the NLCS.
Let's not jump too far ahead.
Yeah, we'd be in the NLCS. We'd be having a much different conversation.
We would be, yeah. We'd still be in the middle of the season right now. So, I mean, and that kind of backs up some of the arguments we've heard from Dave Dombrowski about wanting to rinse and repeat from last year. So we'll talk about that eventually as well. But it definitely brings conflicting emotions with the way the Phillies season panned out.
And how it's been the last couple of years with the Phillies is just missed opportunities. It's tough to say because the Mets lost in the NLCS to the Dodgers last year. But if the Phillies take down the Mets, if they are able to handle business, I think you have a competitive NLCS against Phillies Dodgers.
Oh
Who
yeah.
knows what happens in the World Series in 2023 if the Phillies are able to handle business against Arizona, just win one game at home. And then the 2022 World Series was just a ride. But I wouldn't excuse them for that because they were up 2-1. You just got if you win one more game at home, who knows what happens in Houston?
Oh
So
yeah.
it's there's so many things you can look back on, so many what ifs, but this is where we're at. This is what the Phillies have done to themselves. Like they did this to themselves. The Dodgers did not play good NLDS. The Phillies limited Ohtani to 2 hits in the whole series. So
Yeah, they dominated him.
yeah, it's conflicting emotions, but this is where we're at.
And I think it was Pat Murphy who gave the Phillies credit for that, for shutting down Ohtani.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, the league noticed it. They had a good game plan. We may as well discuss it now because I think we're all sick of talking about the series. Phillies decided they're bringing back their coaching staff. That was announced. Was it that 11 a.m. on Thursday was their meeting?
Yeah, that was the Dombrowski press conference. I love it.
Right. So Dombrowski announced that Rob Thompson would return and that Rob Thompson's coaching staff is coming back, except Mike Calitri is being moved into a role that sounded really made up to me. Do you know that off the top of
Let's
your
listen to
head?
what Dombrowski will explain it for us in this clip right here.
Are there
Thank
any
goodness.
changes to the coaching staff, or is everybody coming back?
Well, there's everybody's coming back, but we're going to have one change. We're adding a role this year to try to again make us maybe just a little bit better and add something. So we're going to add the position of Major League Field Coordinator, which a lot of clubs have now to their coaching staff. I think about 80% of the clubs have that. Mike Calitri is going to take that role for us. He's an ideal person. He's got the skill set to do that, continue to coordinate spring training and a lot of other things for Rob Thompson. And in turn, we'll look outside the organization to add a major league bench coach to assist us and assist Topper in different fashion with different things. But everybody else is coming back.
Was it important?
Major League Field Coordinator.
Yeah, and he still failed to explain what the Major League Field Coordinator does, other than saying, "Oh, everyone else has it, so we'll get one too," which isn't a good answer.
The Major League Field Coordinator, according to Google AI, is a coaching staff member responsible for overseeing on-field player development, staff training, and operational coordination within a baseball organization. So they're overseeing development.
Still lost, but okay.
All right.
So
new bench coach coming in.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. I know there was some speculation that the move was really just to get a new bench coach, which definitely is part of it. I hope they bring in a young guy. Phillies, I think there's value in having a veteran coaching staff like the Phillies do. Caleb Cotham's on the younger side, but Kevin Long, Rob Thompson have been around the league for a while. Calitri as well. I would love to see them bring in a guy. I think I saw Howie Kendrick's name getting thrown around.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I think that would be an interesting choice.
He's in the organization.
Right. Oh, they did.
So
I forgot they said that.
Dombrowski
Yeah.
said outside the organization, so they'd be
Yeah.
exploring some sort of outside. It could be a Phillies alumni, like you see.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Cole Hamels is always kind of hanging around, without an exact title. Who else is
broadcaster?
Yeah, I guess. But there's other guys that kind of just hang around. So.
I mean, Utley seems to be involved in some stuff too, but he also has that role with MLB Europe. So
yeah,
I don't think he's ready to.
He was kind of around a bit more this year. It feels like
he was, yeah. But he was just, he was just like randomly popping in.
Yeah. So
and it never was a big thing either.
Utley says he wants to get into coaching, so why not? Why bring it? And if you fire Rob Thompson, I'm fine with Chase Utley as my manager. Yeah, it seems like that guy can kind of do everything. And yeah, Thompson possibly getting another year on his deal. It's what it really sounds like. So his deal expires after this year, so another year would be up through the 27 season. I don't know how smart it is to even bring him back for 26.
I'm really torn. I like Rob Thompson. I think a lot of the manager conversation should be centered around the players' beliefs, how they feel about their manager. The successful companies, just generally speaking, I think have bosses and leaders who are liked by their employees. Um, so I think there's value to his appreciation from the clubhouse. But at the same time, I definitely think that some of his decisions, especially in the playoffs, were really suspect. And there needs to be some sort of fresh face on the coaching staff. Whether or not that leads to the firing of their manager, I think is up for debate. But I don't think there's a debate that they need a new approach to their in-game decision making because it did not work in this series. It worked game 3. I thought he coached game 3 very well, but I also think that could have gone incredibly wrong. Do you think if they lost game 3, Rob Thompson would be out?
I think
That's a tough question.
If his plan did not work with Nola and Ranger, and then possibly Duran for multiple innings, I think he would have been gone. I think what game 3, Rob Thompson was managing for his job, and his plan just so happened to work, and it earned him another year on his contract, which is kind of bizarre. I don't hate bringing Thompson back. I think he's a great regular season manager, but he's not a guy that's going to win you a World Series. I think we've all gotten to the point where Rob Thompson's a guy that can get you there, but he can't win you it, which comes down to him, but it also comes down to his personnel. Like his players, especially his big stars, have obviously come up short in past years. So I don't know. It's tough because a manager, like, how much do they really do? Like, it really comes down to the guys out on the field.
I
They're
agree.
the ones not producing at the end of the day.
I agree. But I think some of the responsibility falls on the manager.
Yeah.
Why do you fall short in the big? Why do your guys fall short in the big moment? But I mean, I don't know. Like Joe Girardi is loved in New York, right? Won the team a World Series. Players loved him. He came to Philadelphia and he had nothing going for him. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think people take one look at a manager, form their opinion, and then it gets molded and no one can change it. So I think a lot of Phillies fans are supporters of Thompson because of the immediate success he had when he took over in 2022. And I think that as some people realize that it's time to stray from that, that prolonged appreciation, other people aren't able to let go of it yet.
I think if the Phillies are not playing well by June and something is going wrong, Rob Thompson cannot be the manager. But I think that's a bridge we won't even be thinking about until May or June of 2026.
I agree.
And then, maybe they'll hire some sort of bench coach that will be able to take over the reins like they did with Girardi and Thompson in 2022.
I have a question. Do you think that the bench coach hiring is going to be a little bit of fire under Rob Thompson? Like if you don't get the job done, here is this young guy with a lot of great ideas who's coming up behind you.
Maybe it's Albert Pujols that bring it in.
Padres and I just saw Padres and someone else are interested.
The Angels were, but they're out.
Yeah, they're out. I saw that. Padres and
I don't know.
Somebody. I felt like it was an East Coast team, which I was kind of surprised by.
I mean, I'd be fine with Albert Pujols as my bench coach. Why not? Why not, man? How much is the bench coach really doing?
Managing like 3 games a season. The one day Rob Thompson gets sick and then...
Or if he gets ejected for like a couple innings.
Yeah, he gets ejected.
But if you're getting ejected from a game, like you're probably losing, so it doesn't really matter.
No. And Rob Thompson's not really the get ejected type of manager either.
No.
I mean, he's like very low across the league in terms of ejections per season. Yeah. I mean, Girardi had like twice the number of ejections in his short reign in Philadelphia than Thompson's had.
I don't love that because a lot of times it feels like you're not sticking up for your guy, but it's also kind of just how Rob Thompson is. So.
Right, yeah. And I don't think there's a reason to get worked. I mean, I think there's some guys who abuse it, but when Rob Thompson gets heated, like it's serious.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna have more than a five, what I would call the 5 minute effect, where everyone's like, whoa. Like Girardi had the 5 minute effect.
Or like
So he
Aaron
would just
Boone gets ejected like every other week.
yeah, right. That doesn't do anything. But when
Something with
Thompson
the
gets
Yankee.
ejected,
Something with
it's
the Yankee
real.
people.
Yeah, yeah. Except for Thompson, because he
I
was a
guess.
Yankee.
I guess.
So I don't know.
Another kind of the number one thing out of that press conference is Dave Dombrowski just glazing the Dodgers. Oh, I guess we ran into I think we got to go to ball club. We ran into the wrong club at the wrong time. Well, last year we ran into a really hot club. This year we ran into a really good club. It's just the playoffs, man. Everyone's
When
good.
are we the really good club?
Why can't we be the hot good club? But this Bryce Harper thing, Colin, we'll have a listen.
I don't think, in Bryce's case, of course, he's still a quality player. He's still an all-star caliber player. He didn't have an elite season like he has had in the past. And I guess we only find out if he becomes elite or he continues to be good. It's not like he's, it's like if you say to me, I look around the league, I'm trying to think, Freddie Freeman. He's a really good player, right? He still is a good player. Is he elite like he was before? Probably not to the same extent, and so that's nothing negative. Freddie's a tremendous player, and that's, to me, is Bryce. Can he rise to the next level again? I don't really know that answer. And really, he's the one that will dictate that more than anything else. Is what it comes down to. So I don't think he's content with the year that he had. And again, it wasn't a bad year. But when I think of Bryce Harper, you think an elite, right? You're thinking one of the top 10 players in baseball, and I don't think it fit into that category. But again, very good player. I have no idea when you see somebody. I have seen guys at his age. Again, he's not old. That level off. Or I've seen guys rise again. We'll see what happens.
That's not a great thing to hear. Maybe that's just lighting a fire under Harper's tuchus, but also Freddie Freeman, not elite anymore. The guy's hit 295 with an 869 OPS.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he was a 300 hitter.
That's pretty elite. Like Freddie Freeman would probably be the best hitter on the Phillies.
Yeah, and he was up there for the batting title. That's. I have no idea what time. And first of all, the most concerning part of this is that Dombrowski's first sentence was, "He's a fine player." Really? Come on. Try to convey a message with a little bit of positivity and substance to it. What the heck does that even mean?
I appreciate being
I thought
honest.
that was a bad answer.
If this is how the organization really feels, I appreciate the honesty. But it's just
Didn't trade him.
He's got no trade clause.
Yeah, those. If there's mutual agreement, those can be overridden.
So should the Phillies trade? Should the Phillies trade Bryce Harper? Well, we got a whole new podcast now. Should the Phillies? Colin Daly, Phillies insider for Philly Sports. Should the Phillies trade Bryce Harper?
Well, I don't think the Phillies should, but if Dave Dombrowski really believes what he said, then he better ship him off soon. There you go. Because I don't agree with him. But if he was going to go out and tell the media that, then he's going to have another press conference in 2 weeks saying the Phillies got the entire city of Los Angeles in exchange for Bryce Harper. Gavin Newsom's going to be on the bus. We're going to get him too.
How much could we get for Bryce Harper? Let's trade Bryce Harper. Straight him to Kansas City. We get Bobby Witt.
No.
Carlos Estevez. Why not? We'll trade him to Boston. We'll get the Boston Tea Party.
Well, yeah, we'll get the Harbor. We'll get
give me the entire stadium for Bryce Harper.
You could. They just
I want the whole Green Monster.
Yeah. We'll take the Charles River. Well, it's nicer than Schuylkill.
Our final note, main takeaway from this press conference is Dombrowski's comments about Matt Strom and
Yeah, this was weird too.
and PFPs. Here it is.
Dave, were you troubled by Matt Strom's insinuation or comment that the team didn't do enough PFP during the season?
Well, I think he said the postseason, didn't he? I think that's what he said. In the season? Well, we did plenty, and actually, as it turns out, we did do PFPs in the postseason. He didn't do them. Okay, but we did them.
First of all, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah. What a great press conference that really was.
Yeah, that was weird. First of all, I don't think that's his area of expertise. He's not on the field. If I were Dombrowski in that situation, I would say, PFPs does not fall under my purview of operations. I'm going to let a member of the Phillies coaching staff answer that question the next time they're available for the media. Instead of answering something that he's probably not qualified to answer, given I don't think he attends all the practices.
Well, he might attend the postseason practices.
It's possible, but they also asked the question about the season as a whole.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if he should be the one answering that. You could also make the argument he shouldn't be the one getting asked that. But,
well, that's Jim Salisbury asking that question. That's a legend right there.
That is true. However, like you said, it's not really it shouldn't, or I guess it shouldn't matter who asks the question or who they're asking the question toward. It should matter that his answer was not an appropriate one for the situation at all. And also saying that the team did them and Matt Strom didn't certainly doesn't add anything. Like, it's not going to change the play. It's not going to give the Phillies a chance to play in the NLCS. It's not going to let us replay the 2025 season. The best thing you can do is say we will take feedback from the players under advisement and have a better 2026 season. So
I want to know what Matt Strom was doing rather than doing PFPs. Was he opening baseball cards in the dugout?
Did he have Orion Kerkering with him? That's what I want to know.
Was he texting in the Phillies team group chat about the lineup?
I don't know. I'm really not sure.
Maybe him and Nick Castellanos were texting in the group chat together. They were playing Game Pigeon.
Yeah. Yeah. Mini golf.
Or maybe they were buying tickets on SeatGeek. Since the season is over, they were buying their concert tickets in Cancun.
Concert.
Or maybe they were, as Charles Barkley once said, they went in Galveston because they gave up. Said in Galveston, Texas, where that dirty water washed up on the shore, and people think they're at the beach. Direct quote from Charles Barkley. Anyway, SeatGeek, they're the best way to buy your tickets. They sponsor this podcast. So go to SeatGeek, use code Philly Sports, save $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase, PHILLYSPORTSREPORT. What are we doing with that final S, Colin?
Hold the S. Just like how we held off on PFPs. Hold it.
Thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring the podcast. They won't ruin your tickets like the Dodgers are ruining baseball.
What a transition there.
Colin, should there be a salary cap in baseball because the Dodgers have too much money?
No.
Good answer.
There should not be a salary cap in baseball.
Here's my idea.
Game.
Here's my idea. It's not the Dodgers' fault that they got all these guys.
Yeah, no,
the Rays
you are correct.
The Rays didn't pay Tyler Gosnell, so the Dodgers signed him. Okay. The Angels didn't want to pay Shohei Ohtani or build a good team around him, so The Dodgers picked him up, and now he's the greatest player in baseball history. And in game 4 of the NLCS, through 6 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts, and 3 home runs. Like, that is just the greatest baseball game ever, and just insane. The Red Sox traded Mookie Betts, and the Dodgers signed him to an extension because at the time he was their franchise player. And the Braves didn't want to play Freddie Freeman, and Freddie Freeman's agents kind of just screwed him over. These guys were like gift wrapped and given to the Dodgers. It's not their fault that they have a good ROI. They care about baseball. They care about winning games, where the Rays obviously don't. The Red Sox obviously don't. The Braves apparently don't, although they did go and get a really good first baseman instead. The Angels obviously don't. They go out and get these guys because they're getting their return on investment is so grand. They spent $700 million on Shohei Ohtani. All the money came back in the first year of his contract last year. There's not a rich issue in baseball. There's a rich and not caring issue. And the way to eliminate cheap owners is a salary floor, a minimum amount of money that should be spent on a team on a season, rather than a cap. Let's have a floor, so you have to care.
Or you have to make the competitive balance taxes more competitive. Make it so that when you're spending the money, the tax is a little bit steeper when it comes to your draft picks for the future year. That's how you keep the same teams from being good over and over again, opposed to having these ebbs and flows of going from the 100-win team to the 100-loss team to the 100-win team, and then back to the 100-loss team. Which is where most of these franchises seem to be. And we see with the Phillies, right? 07 to 11, they were unbeatable. 11 to 21, or 12 to 21, just close your eyes and turn off the TV. And then suddenly, Phillies come back in 2022 and make it to the World Series, and really haven't turned back since. They've had 3 good seasons beyond that. So it's kind of become the norm in the league.
So I don't think the Dodgers. We don't think the Dodgers are ruining baseball.
Not at all. I think they're great.
It's just annoying that they're in the National League.
I think teams should take after what they're doing.
I agree.
Spend your money on management so management spends money for you.
Put it on a shirt. All right, well, the 2025 season is over for the Phillies. The World Series starts this week. We're recording Monday afternoon, so we do not know who won Game 7 against the Blue Jays and the Mariners, but congratulations to whoever did. Whoever did win, it will be a great World Series against them or the Dodgers.
Will it be a great World Series?
I don't know. Hopefully, I like baseball, so hopefully it's...
Me too.
I don't think anyone's going to beat the Dodgers anyway. But next time we speak to you, it'll be the offseason. Phillies have a lot of guys that could be moved. A lot of things that could change. Dombrowski kind of alluded to that the Phillies are kind of running it back in 2026. I don't believe him. I think that is false, and I don't think PR will let you go out there and be like, yeah, we're going to scrap things and move guys around and nobody's safe. That's not good PR. So record will stay the same if Schwarber comes back. But rather than saying who the Phillies should bring in, guys who are currently on the roster in 2025, who should stay and who should go?
I'm going down the list.
Oh,
Give
no.
me a moment.
We're going roster down the 26 man.
Yeah, we are.
Oh boy. Hey, Dombrowski did say it is likely that Jose Alvarado will return next year, which is terrible. But
all right, well, Alvarado can stay. Tanner Banks can stay. Walker Buehler.
Interesting case.
What's his contract? Do you know?
It was up after this year. He's a free agent.
I bring him back.
I think if Zach Wheeler is not ready to go,
Zach Wheeler won't be ready to go.
and you can't get another starter because Ranger Suarez isn't coming back.
No.
You're left there, and you don't feel confident in Mick Abel yet.
Andrew Painter.
Or not Mick Abel. Wow, I don't know why I just Mick Abel. You don't feel confident in Andrew Painter yet. I think you should bring back Andrew. You should bring back Walker Buehler because he is better than Taijuan Walker.
I agree.
However, Taijuan Walker will probably get that 5th spot, and then Walker Buehler, we'll see. Maybe they'll do the Walker in April. That could be fun.
Well, Walker Buehler didn't pitch enough with the Phillies to really rack up his value that much. He was good in his time in Philadelphia. There's no doubt about that. But he didn't bring enough at the table to increase his value by anything significant. So I think Walker Buehler would be a good guy to bring back. Kind of reminds me of, ready for this, Ben? Like the Chase Anderson, Matt Moore signings they did a couple off seasons ago. Hopefully a little bit more successful this time. But I think that could be an interesting idea.
Don't even bring that up.
Yeah, I know. Joan Duran, I think, is an obvious one. Cargering, we know, is going to stick around. That's already been made abundantly clear. I don't care about Max Lazar. He's just there. Jesus Luzardo, I mean, he kind of figured it out.
Yeah, he's under
down the
contract.
stretch, right? There's no reason to trade him.
Luzardo is your Ranger Suarez replacement.
Yeah, no, you're right there. And I'll tell you, if you take out Luzardo's tip pitching issue, he probably had a decent season. I'd say his ERA was probably around 3.5.
I mean, that was those 3 starts, the one against the Brewers and then the other 2 where he allowed all those runs.
Yeah, it was the worst 20 inning. Was it? No, it was the worst. I know it was the worst 3 starts in like the history of baseball by some statistic. I don't remember which one it was. It was either the most. I think it was the most hits. I think it was he allowed the most hits in the fewest number of innings. That's what it was.
Yeah, that sounds right.
In the history of baseball.
It was bad.
All right, I'm skipping some of these people who aren't worth talking. Do you deal Aaron Nola?
No.
I mean, his value is so low right now.
His contract is so high.
That's why it would be tough. You're not going to get much in return for it.
They could try to restructure him. Maybe.
That's going to be tough.
I don't know if Nola would do that, but I mean, he was huge in Game 4.
Yeah.
Or Game 3, excuse me.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's 2 innings, though. He could have thrown anybody out there for 2 innings. They probably would have been okay.
He could have gone a couple more.
And it was the 2 lowest intensity innings. Nothing about that was high leverage.
He could have gone a couple more.
Yeah, I guess. David Robertson, we're not bringing back. Absolutely
no. Dave Dombrowski said he's not coming back.
Yeah. Jordan Romano better.
I think Dave Robertson is at a point in his career where like he's not going to play the first half of the year like for a team.
I didn't think about that, but could you imagine that? If he just played till he was like, I don't know, 46, 47 years old, 48, and just...
You're only playing like 2 months in the playoffs, so, just ramp up.
Something. I would never want to see Romano again. Sanchez isn't going anywhere. Strom's not going anywhere. Ranger Suarez.
I don't know where he's going to go, but it's
Ranger
not going to be
Suarez.
Philadelphia.
He's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
And the Phillies have internal options.
Yeah, he deserves the bag he's going to get. It's going to suck when the Phillies face him.
He's my favorite Philly. I'm going to be sad.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling he's going to the Mets, man.
You what?
I got a bad feeling Ranger Suarez is going to be New York Met, which would suck.
I didn't consider that, but now that you say it,
yeah.
Jeez.
They need pitching. They have the money. He doesn't feel like a Met.
Not at all. That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't feel like a Met. But
he seems like an American leaguer, don't you think?
He
seems
looks
like he'd belong in like an ALS team.
Yeah.
I can see him on the Mariners.
He looks like an Astro.
Yeah. Mariners, Astros, Twins, maybe. Twins are he's going to go to a competitive team. Yeah, the Twins are never going to pay for a top tier starter.
The Twins are never going to be good again.
Ranger Suarez, I think it's like 50-50 chance he's an ace in the team he ends up on. So.
Yeah. He's going to get a lot of money, and the Phillies are not going to give it to him.
No. Lou Trevino, he's there, man. Taiwan Walker, I don't.
Back
We're not. Let's not even talk about it.
Last
We've
dance.
wasted our breath on that man so way too often on this podcast, and we're
I'm
not talking
ready.
about him anymore.
I'm ready for the Taiwan Walker last dance in 2026.
Don't even say it.
I'm ready.
It's not worth it.
I'm ready for him to have the best year of his contract next year, and then the Phillies think about re-signing him, and then like bring him back.
Stop! I can't hear it. I'm gonna rip my AirPods out. Stop that. Here's one. The catching situation. What is the catching situation?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
JT Realmuto will be a Philadelphia Philly next year because they don't have another choice.
No, I don't think
you can't
so.
throw Rafael Marchand and Barrett Stubbs out there as your two catchers. You just literally
Good
can't.
Lord.
Unless you trade for Adley Rutschman.
They're not going to do that.
Which the Phillies are not going to do. So I think it's JT Realmuto. They give him some ridiculous 2-year deal. He retires after 2 years, maybe 3. He gets the 2 years, then he has a 3rd-year option, but it's like a mutual option, and like he can say no so. I think that could be what it is. I don't know the money. Maybe $20 million a year. I'm not sure.
Or he'll be for more than that.
25, 30 million. I don't know.
There you go.
They're gonna have to overpay for him.
I know. Well, that's because there's no one else.
Yeah.
And as much as we but criticize JT Realmuto, he's still in the top 25% of catchers in the game. He's top 10.
The catchers in baseball right now
are awful.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like Cal Raleigh, Will Smith, Alejandro Kirk. Like, that's it.
None of those guys are even elite players right now.
Well, Cal Raleigh's elite.
Yeah, yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Cal Raleigh.
Alejandro Kirk's really good. It's tough. But like the talent of catchers is like a lost art. And we should be very lucky that JT Realmuto is JT Realmuto and that is a Philly. But you're gonna have to bring him back.
We had a point where we had JT Realmuto, Salvador Perez, Yadier Molina, and Buster Posey playing at a high level at the same time. That's crazy. We're never going to see that again.
The catching position is a lost art.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, keep going.
Is Bohm coming back? I think he is.
I reluctantly think he is. However, the Phillies think Otto Kemp can play third base every day next year.
Yeah.
Which is just kind of wild. But if you believe that, trade out Bohm. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the highest his value is going to get. He actually had a pretty good 2025 campaign.
Wasn't
as much as we wanted. No, he wasn't. And as much as we wanted to trade him in 24, this is when they're going to get value for him, and we know he's going to go back to that 2024 form at some point. So dump him now. We already talked about Harper. We talked about Kemp. Mundo, I better not lose Mundo, man.
You keep him around.
He's like my one shade of happiness on this, consistent shade of happiness on this team. He's like the guy I can never be mad at. Stott.
They're going to keep. I think if you had to make a choice, who would you rather retain, Alec Bohm or Bryson Stott?
I knew you were going to ask that question.
Because those are two where you can like keep one and get rid of one this year. And I'm going with Stott just because of his defense.
I agree. Bohm's value is so much higher, and I'm not convinced.
I think Stott can win you more games with his glove than Bohm can with his glove and his bat. Like Stott, the hitting, of course, as we know, is not there. But like Bohm has no like power. And the Phillies need like some sort of power. You know what you're going to get with Stott. But like if Bohm, like if he was a good defender, it'd be Bohm, but he's just like a above average defender. Like he doesn't do anything that really wows you over there. So
yeah, and the Phillies could get a good return for Alec Bohm, right? And third base is also a competitive position right now. There's a lot of good third basemen. Second base is probably second to catcher in the realm of like there's not a ton of guys who you really can look at as candidates. So the Phillies should be a little bit lucky they've got Bryson Stott, good defense. His hitting should improve as he sees more major league pit. Well,
he's been in the league for 4 years.
I know. He's still a young guy.
He's like 28.
Yeah, 28.
That's cooked, man. This team is cooked. There's no
But
more getting better.
I don't know. I still see some discipline issues with Stott at the plate, and I think a lot of that can be negated by experience.
No,
He
no.
reminds me of Javi Baez a little bit.
I guess
with
it's been 4 years.
discipline
Like,
issues.
I don't know. All right, let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, I hope they bring back Bader.
Bader needs to
Again.
come back. Harrison Bader needs to come back.
So are Bader and Real Muto your biggest.
Those are the two guys that the Phillies need to retain.
Nick Castellanos,
Gone. Goodbye. See ya.
goodbye.
Phillies have already basically
Max
said
Kepler,
Phillies have already said
Gone.
that Kepler and Castellanos are gone. Either whether Castellanos is through trade or just DFA.
keep Marsh. I want to keep Marsh around.
I guess.
Rojas, bye-bye. I just don't care. If you want to stay, you can. If you want to hang, that's cool with me. I'm not going to play. Schwarber, unpopular opinion. Let him walk.
I'm on board as well. I think I don't know. I think he's your best. I think the best option is to retain Kyle Schwarber. However, if I don't know how much of a step you're taking forward if you don't bring him back and then bring in Pete Alonso, which I think would be your alternative, or maybe you go get Kyle Tucker or something. But like, I don't know how much of a step you're taking forward. However, I don't know how much I want to give a 33-year-old Kyle Schwarber.
That is it right there. I was
I
talking
think Schwarber, like, he gets better with age, but like I don't know. What if he has to? What
That
he
only
probably
lasts for
thinks
so
there's a better
long.
chance to win somewhere else. Like I don't know. I think
So-
Schwarber wants to come back, but I just don't. I'm conflicted with the Schwarber thing, but I'm fine either way. Like I think it's better if you bring him back, but it's not the end of the world if you don't.
I think Kyle Schwarber, you're going to laugh at me when I say this, is going to sign a contract for 3 years. You think that's a reasonable number, 3 years?
I think he wants 4 or 5, but we can go with 3.
$168 million. Do you
He
know
wants
what,
like 15. He wants like.
do you know what
a ton of-
168 divided by 3 is?
Dr. Daly, what is it?
56. Do you know how
Yeah,
many home runs he hit in 2025? I
56.
genuinely believe every
Are you
home
going
run
to
he
count
hits is
playoff home
$1 million.
runs?
I'm not exaggerating. I said that to someone last week, and they looked at me like I just said the most preposterous thing they'd heard in years.
Who is it?
I'm not kidding.
Is he
Though.
with
I
Boris?
said every time Kyle Schwarber hit a home run, $1 million got deposited into his bank account. I firmly believe that.
Who is Kyle Schwarber's agent? Is it Boris?
I believe it is.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
I am.
Yeah,
I can't wait to revisit this conversation when he signs something.
Yeah, that could be.
$56 million a year is what he's going to make. It's insane, but it's going to happen. I mean, the home run is so. It's the thing that everyone wants to sign. They want to sign home runs and strikeouts.
Chicks take the long ball. Schwarber's got it.
Yeah, he's as marketable as they come. I mean, really, that's the. Did I hit everyone on the roster? Yeah. I mean, again, Weston Wilson. Everyone really likes Weston Wilson. I don't really have a attachment to the guy. His defense is average. His speed is average. His bat is hit or miss.
Sounds like an average player.
He falls. He falls in the Johan Rojas category. If he wants to hang around, that's cool. But not really a conversation to have.
All right. So scratch the whole roster. And give me the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs in 2026.
The Philadelphia Iron Pigs, Ben.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's took the 10-year anniversary of the 2016 team. But
Yeah.
a bunch of scrubs out there.
Let's do it. Why not?
All right. Thank you for watching and listening to the Bell Ringers podcast. We'll talk to you in the offseason of Major League Baseball. I cannot believe it is like late October already. This is ridiculous. Thank you all for sticking around all season. Todd and I appreciate you so much. And we also appreciate you for sponsoring the podcast. Stay tuned. We ain't going anywhere.
Hopefully, there's lots to talk about.
Hopefully, we got some different looking off season.
Indeed.